You're back with Ken Oath, the voice of reason.
Now, these people calling out about the so-called right to die, what about the right to live? I don't think it's too much to say that these folk who are spouting this nonsense, they should be taken out, lined up and shot. And I'll tell you why after the break.
Do you wake at 3 a.m. and worry about things? Things like being buried in a third-rate coffin in a two-bit cemetery next to a foreign national from a country that doesn't even respect your way of life? Do you think about the kids of that dead person hanging around, walking over your corpse, blaring music and burning incense while muttering and chanting? Or perhaps you're concerned you'll be cremated along with a dead dog, a feral cat, or even a horse, which wouldn't be so bad if you weren't a lifelong vegetarian. Dying is no fun at the best of times, so that's why it's so important that you don't leave your afterlife to chance. Don't be turning in your grave when you should be peacefully turning into dust. Introducing Life Corps, the only no-worries afterlife assurance product you'll ever need. Life Corps uses just a small fraction of the money you'll only be leaving to your ungrateful kids. And let's face it, they'll probably blow it before your body even gets a chance to cool down. And on what? Cloud storage? Craft beer? Pokemon? At Life Corps, we'll use your money to inter you with respect and comfort, with the added benefit that the proceeds help our shareholders to share their conservative values for generations to come. But don't take my word for it. Here's just a few of our satisfied customers.
Oh, I couldn't bear it if I was buried next to an atheist or a gang member. Imagine that rabble hanging around, urinating and whatnot. I've even asked for 2-litre soda bottles filled with water to be left lying around to keep the dogs away. The lady at Life Corp said, she said no problem, just an extra $5 a day.
Yes, well, the girl who rang up was quite persistent, even when I told her I was already skipping meals to save money. I only had red meat for a fortnight. Anyhow, she somehow got me to sign up anyway. But look, I'd probably be dead by the time you hear this, but so anyway, I don't know.
Well, I love my animals, so it was very important for me to have them with me when I go to meet my Lord and Saviour. And I'm pleased to say that I've arranged to bring my dog Pico and Polly here with me, all for just another $12.50 a week. So thanks, Life Corps. That's really taken a load off my mind.
Life Corps. Pay before you go, so that when you go, you'll know you won't be buried next to God only knows. For a 10-page prospectus and almost impossible to read fine print, simply go to lifecorps.co.nz.
So, as I was saying before the break, I've been thinking about these right to die people. I mentioned that they should be lined up and shot, but Trevor from Hastings has sent a very funny fax. Ken, he writes, I wouldn't shoot these euthanasia buggers, mate, because that's exactly what they want. Good point, Trevor. And good to know the fax machine still works, which reminds me, what did I do with my bread maker? And whatever happened to that Relta foot spa that I won at the Radio Awards a few years back? Go ahead, caller.
Are you there? Now listen, I had a terrible time with my Relta foot spa. I was having a soak one afternoon watching Emmerdale and I fell asleep. I must have been out for a good couple of hours. Anyway, when I woke up my feet were freezing, like 2 lumps of cold meat they were, like cold,
Cold ham?
No, more like, cold...
Corned beef?
No, she was more like,
Leg of lamb?
No, you know, 2 blimmin' cold, what do you call...
2 meatloafs?
No, not processed meat, like raw meat,
Tripe?
Christ, no.
Brisket?
Oh, you're just being silly now.
Look, I just want to get to the bottom of this meaty analogy that you made. Was it like cold luncheon sausage?
No, it was not at all like flippin' luncheon sausage, but now that you mention it, is there anything better than a squirt of tomato sauce and a lovely roll of luncheon sausage? Oh.